Hello, Namaskar, welcome you to the SAAR Analysis. I am Chaman Nayak and here's my take. What if the world's most important diplomatic contest isn't being fought with missile sanctions or the trade war, but with credibility? Because while the global headlines remain dominated by Ukraine, Middle East, strategic competition between USA and China, another battle has quietly begun inside United Nations. A battle over who gets the shape to rules the international order. Here's one number worth remembering. India has contributed more than 300,000 peacemakers through over 50 UN peacemaking missions since 1948. It is one of the largest contributions by any nation in history. Yet, despite representing one-sixth of humanity and being the world's fourth largest economy by the nominal GDP, India has no permanent seat on United Nations Security Council. Now, New Delhi has officially launched its campaign for non-permanent UNSC seat for 28-29 term. But this is far more about winning an election. It is about redefining who writes the rules of 21st century. Speaking at the United Nations headquarters, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has unveiled India's diplomatic framework called SHANTI. Now, SHANTI is term for security, holistic advancement through norms, trust, and integrity. And the choice of word is deliberate. Shanti means peace, but vision extend beyond the conflict resolution. Now it positions India as country advance a rule-based international system built on trust, sovereign equality, development, multiple cooperation, and institutional credibility. At a time where institutions face growing criticism for being divided, slow, and increasingly ineffective, India is presenting itself not simply as another candidate but as a reform-oriented stakeholder seeking to strengthen the global governance. United Nations Security Council remains the world's most influential decision-making body on international peace and security. Its resolution can authorize military intervention, impose sanctions, establish peacemaking operation, and shape the international legal response to conflict. Although a non-permanent seat does not provide a veto power, but it offers something equally valuable. It allows countries to participate directly in the negotiation on the global crisis, shape diplomatic language, build coalitions, and influence the international consensus during some of world's most consensual geopolitical decisions. For India, this arrives at a pivotal moment. The country is simultaneously expanding its strategic partnership with the United States, Europe, Japan, Australia, ASEAN, Africa, and the Gulf while maintaining a long-standing ties with Russia and engaging with the global south. Few major powers today occupy such a broad diplomatic spectrum. A successful UNSC campaign reinforces India's identity as a bridge between developed and developing world. Well, India's campaign can also enter a complex geopolitical landscape. Well, the exiting Security Council structure reflect a balance of power established after Second World War, not today's economic and demographic realities. Calls for the reform have existed over decades. However, institution reform faces resistance from the country benefiting from the current system. While regional competitors continue to question India's aspiration. Some even argue that Security Council expansion could make decision much more complicated. This means India's campaign is not only about gathering vote, it is about building trust across continent while navigating competing global geopolitical interest. Well, for business leader, investor, policymaker, this matters because diplomacy is increasingly shaped by economics. Countries with a greater influence inside this multilateral institution often possess stronger voices in the global supply chain, technology, and the governance. In an era where geopolitical risk directly affects the market, India understands that future will not only be measured only through military capability or economic sizes, it will be measured by ability to shape the international rules before the crisis even emerge. Now, here's my take. India's Shanti's vision is ultimately a statement about the kind of global order New Delhi wants to help to build. Whether every country agrees with that vision is a separate question, but one reality is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore, that India is no longer asking to participate, it is asking to define it. And perhaps that is the real story behind this campaign. Because the contest for United Nations Security Council is not simply about occupying a seat, it is about determining who gets a voice where the world decides its future. That's all from today's analysis. I will be back with another episode. Till then, thank you for watching this.